With this puppy chicken and pea formula, it does say it brings omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. This bag goes for $19.99, and it is a 20-pound bag. So basically, you're paying $1 a pound. Let's flip it over. All right, so we're going to take a quick glance at the ingredients. Starts out with chicken, then chicken meal, then it goes peas, garbanzo beans, lentils. So it goes downhill right after that. What we're looking at here more than anything is going to be the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. This is just slightly above the 5-to-1 ratio. So not too shabby, I would say. It's almost there, but it's just right above 5-to-1. So let's check out the next one. All right, so next up we're looking at small breed salmon and lentils formula. Goes for $21.99. There you go. And again, it's 20 pounds, so it's roughly a little over $1 a pound. It does say that salmon is the first ingredient, so I'm expecting either really close or below the 5-to-1 ratio. All right, so let's take a look. Use salmon's first ingredient, salmon meal. That's pretty good up to there. But then we go lentils, chickpeas, pea flour, canola. So we go downhill. All right, now. Omega-6 is at 2.5, omega-3 is at 0.4, so it's above a 5-to-1 ratio. Actually, that one is not made of salmon, and it's got a higher omega-3 than actually this one does. So there you have it. Let's go on to the next one. So this next one is Nutra-Nuggets. It's not Kirkland brand. By the way, Kirkland brand is the COSTCO brand. This one is not. It's a 50-pound bag. Goes for $30.59. Wow, that's pretty inexpensive. Let's flip it over and let's see what it's got. All right, so if you notice, they do have flaxseed on there. It says it's a palatable source of omega-3 fatty acids. I'm already going to let you know the omega-3 you get out of flaxseed, dogs have a real hard time actually using it. So just a heads up. We got beef followed by beef meal. That's good so far. Then rice bran, wheat flour, whole grain, corn, ground corn, white rice. So it goes downhill. On the omega-6, it's at 2.5. Omega-3 at 0.4. Again, it's not making it. I will say, however, for the price, if you were to add, say, sardines to your dog's diet along with this, then you could probably get it to a 5-to-1 ratio. Let's go ahead and check the other one out. All right, so this next one is Blue Buffalo. I literally just made a video including this brand, so I'm not going to repeat it. If you're interested, like I said, I'll leave a link below or at the very end of the video. This next brand we're looking at is beef and sweet potato formula, right? This is Kirkland brand. It's a 35-pound bag, and it goes for $34.79. So literally, you're paying about $1 a pound. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Let's see what's there. So let's go to the ingredients here. We got beef meal, sweet potatoes, lentils. So it goes downhill after the first two. And then when you go to the omega-6, omega-3, it's got 2.4% omega-6, 0.3 omega-3, right? So omega-3 is a lot lower than those other bags we checked out. I want you to see how they kind of zigzag you in the marketing. Notice how they're saying in the front of the bag, you get omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, yet this is just way off, to be honest with you. So let's go check out the next one. All right, guys, so we have Kirkland brand mature dog chicken and rice and egg formula made with fresh chicken. Again, look at the marketing, omega fatty acid nutrition. So I'm expecting a 5-to-1 ratio if you're doing this. In reality, I know more likely than not we're not going to get it. So let's flip it over and see. Wait, I almost forgot. We're looking at $34.99 for 40 pounds. So in reality, you're paying less than $1 a pound. Okay, so let's go to ingredients. Start out with chicken meal, whole grain brown rice, egg product, oatmeal, cracked pearl barley, white rice, chicken fat. So far, I would say, ingredient wise, this has probably got to be the best one so far. Now, that doesn't mean it didn't go downhill. I'm just saying it's probably the best one we've seen. Omega-6, we got 2.2. Omega-3, we're at 0.4. Man, that's really close to a 5-to-1 ratio. And with the price of $34.99 for 40 pounds, if you have yourself a mature dog, this would not be the worst to buy them. But I still would add sardines just to make sure you're getting the full 5-to-1 benefit. I know it's really, really close, but that's the only way you're going to be able to get it. All right, let's check out the next one. All right, so there's something about Kirkland. Kirkland's prices keep going down. Amazing. We got this Kirkland Signature Healthy Weight Dog Food, 40 pounds, $30.89. Says complete and balanced for overweight adult dogs. Okay, so this is important. And the reason the price is going to come down is because the caloric density in this bag, I'm pretty sure, is going to be a lot less than any of the others we've seen. It does say probiotics and prebiotics, and notice it's saying omega fatty acid nutrition, right? So far, I haven't found a brand that's saying that actually has a 5-to-1 ratio. They come real close, but they're not there. Let's flip this bag over. Okay, so ingredient-wise, it goes downhill faster than the others. Chicken meal, brown rice, peas, cracked pearl barley. So there's no chicken by itself. It's chicken meal. That's the first ingredient. Omega-6 at 1.7, omega-3s at 0.3. Multiply by 5, you get 1.5. So 1.7 is over. Again, this is just a type of kibble that's made for overweight dogs, so the caloric density is lower. Therefore, that's why you're seeing the omega-6 and omega-3 acids a little bit lower. At the same time, they're outside of that 5-to-1 ratio, so I still would recommend for you to either add sardines or an omega-3 supplement. All right, guys, so next up, we have this turkey and sweet potato formula, $36.89, and it's a total of 35 pounds, so just a little over $1. Again, keeps marketing the omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, so we're gonna check it out here. Let me flip it over. So ingredient wise, we're looking at turkey meal, sweet potatoes, peas, canola oil mixed with tocopherols, dried yeast. So basically after the turkey meal and sweet potatoes, it goes downhill. Then we're looking at the omega-3, omega-6. We have 2.4 versus 0.3. Wow. So this is an 8-to-1 ratio. We're looking at 5-to-1. So this is way over. Of all the bags, I think so far, this one right here is the one that's the most unbalanced up to this point. All right. So let's go ahead and check out this other one. All right. So salmon, right? Salmon and sweet potato formula. Now, what's crazy is when you see salmon, right, as the first ingredient, you're thinking that it's going to be higher in omega-3 and omega-6 because that's what salmon is known for. We'll find out here in a minute. Again, they keep marketing the omega-3, omega-6 there, as you can see. So I'm really hoping that this bag doesn't let us down. So let's flip it over. Ingredient wise, it doesn't let down. Starts out with salmon meal, sweet potatoes. Then it goes potatoes, peas, fish meal, and then canola oil. So it goes downhill from there. Omega-6 at 2.6. You see omega-3 at 0.4. That's right above a 6-to-1 ratio, and we're looking at a 5-to-1 ratio. So this is the main reason why you can't go off of salmon or whatever they're marketing on their bag. You got to flip it over in order to really tell what's going on there. Let's go check out the next one. By the way, this bag runs $38.89 for a 35-pound bag, so roughly a little over $1. All right, so adult dog chicken, rice, and vegetable formula made with fresh chicken, right? That's that marketing, the human marketing. It's Kirkland brand. There's a 40-pound bag. It's also talking about omega fatty acid nutrition. We're looking at $34.99 for a 40-pound bag. So you're literally paying less than $1 per pound. Let's flip this bag over and let's see what's there. All right, so ingredient-wise, chicken meal, whole grain, brown rice, cracked pearl barley, chicken fat, mixed with tocopherols, egg product, and then dried plain beet pulp, potatoes. So it goes downhill from there. We're looking at the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. Yeah, this is more a 6-to-1, and we're looking at a 5-to-1. So you would have to add sardines or some sort of omega-3 supplement to be able to make it within the range that we're looking for. Again, guys, if you haven't watched the video where I talk about why it is you want it, the ratio to be as low as 5-to-1 or even lower, just wait to the end of the video. I'll make sure I leave a link there. For now, we'll be checking out the next bag. All right, so look, I haven't flipped this bag over yet. This is Kirkland Signature Lamb and Rice Vegetable, $35.49 for 40-pound bag. All right, I'm willing to bet that this possibly has higher omega-3 ratio than that salmon formula we just checked out. All right, and I'm only saying that because the same thing happened to me in Sam's Club. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip over this bag and let's see what's up. All right, so ingredient wise, lamb meal, whole grain brown rice, ground white rice, rice bran, egg product, peas, yeah, downhill. And then omega-6 2.2, omega-3 0.4. Man, that was really close to being a 5-to-1 ratio. It definitely beat out the potato and salmon formula we just checked out. So if I had a dog with allergies, this would be a better buy than that blue bag over there, right? We're still trying to see if they have anything else, even in can form, that could be closer to the 5-to-1 ratio we're looking for. All right, so we're gonna check out Kirkland's Signature Canned Dog Food at $31.59, and it brings 24 13.2 ounce cans. What I'm seeing here is, yeah, I get the percentages over here of crude protein and all that. That's great. I get the ingredients here as far as chicken broth, animal oil broth, all that. But I don't get any omega-6 information anywhere, which that leads me to think that either it's very, very low, or I don't know, man. I don't know if it's missing altogether. I'm not sure, but I'm not seeing the ratios here, so we'll check out this next one just to see. All right, this next one is Kirkland Signature Wet Dog Food Loaf Pate. Huh, that's funny. I guess that's for this. That's got to be for that. This other one is Nature's Domain Turkey and Pea Stew for Dogs, right? Also made by Kirkland. So let me flip this. So I really can't give you price. I would think it's probably priced the same as this other one, but I'm not sure. Let's see. So we're taking a look here, and this is giving me the crude protein and fat and all that all the way down here. I'm getting the ingredients right there. Starts out with turkey broth, all that good stuff, but I'm not seeing omega-6 information anywhere. Huh. So maybe it means that there's not enough of it, or there's none in there. I will definitely verify online here in a minute and let you guys know. I wasn't sure that canned food had different standards than dry food, so we'll verify that here for a sec. Meanwhile, let's come up on this last one, and yeah, this pate one. By the way, pate, if I understand it correctly, supposed to be made out of duck liver, I think. And flipping it over, you're definitely getting ingredients. You're getting amounts as far as fat and protein. But again, I don't see any omega-6 information. In fact, not only am I not seeing omega-6 information, I'm not seeing it being marketed on the box whatsoever, which leads me to believe that the reason that the omega-6 information is not in the back is because there's not a significant amount of it. I could be wrong. All right, guys, we've pretty much reviewed all the dog food, all the dog foods they have. If I had to pick a winner that I would have to feed my dogs here in Costco from Kirkland dog food, it'd probably be the green bag. Yeah, the lamb, rice, and vegetable formula for adult dog. That was the closest. Remember, it was at 0.4 omega-3 and 2.2 omega-6. Also, the other advantage you do have is $35.49, and this is a 40-pound bag, so you're paying less than a pound of kibble. Just realize I do this for a lot of our followers that actually feed kibble. Me in particular, I only feed kibble in particular circumstances. More times than not, I'm feeding raw. I'm a raw advocate. It helps with allergies immensely. But there's one other thing, whether I'm feeding raw or I'm feeding any one of these kibbles, that I make sure every single time that we have on board, that's none other than Nuvet and NuJoint DS. Yes, and that's because the way that kibble is cooked and processed, once it's cooked, the vitamins, the minerals, all of that gets denatured. When it gets denatured, your dog can't use it. When they can't use it, you get brittle hair, you get a lot of shedding, you got a lot of skin issues, a lot of skin conditions. So in order to bypass that, we make sure we give our dogs Nuvet NuJoint DS. We also make sure to tell people to order them through AutoShip, so you get an additional 13% off. If you take a look at our dogs, you're gonna notice that our skin and coats are looking fabulous. Well, guys, now you know what I think is the best dog food here in Costco, including that 5-to-1 omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Also, if you wanna know more information as to why that omega-3 to omega-6 ratio actually helps against allergies and what else to look out for, make sure to click on this next video. It's been Raul from the Q. I'll be catching you right here.